Where am I? Soupa Epco, can you hear me? Okay, only some scenes are voiced. I get it. I am she who watches over all. God? God's a woman? Wow. A lot of people are going to be very upset about that. That was 3.24 more than 2 seconds. But your journey, before you must teach me something. Teach me what manner of person you are. Okay. You must answer my questions as honestly as you are able. Are you ready to begin? Sure. We got a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Star Class. Tell me your true name. Is this a test? Fortunately, you're gonna get my abbreviation. What is the month of your birth? Just one of those TikTok schemes to get my date of birth. January. And the date? Wow. Your sign is known in your world as Aquarius. Is this correct? Yeah? Very good. I will now ask you a series of questions. She's trying to steal my social number. Yeah. Answer swiftly and from the heart. Do so and I will come to know your true mind. Let us begin. Do you believe the sun in the sky is... Do you believe that the sun in the sky above is the king of all nature? That's a good question. Is the sun in the sky the king of all nature? I've never thought about it. Well, the sun does give us energy and lets the plants grow, and it's not a closed system. So, without the sun, we probably wouldn't have... The ice probably wouldn't have melted, and we wouldn't have had grass. I don't think the sun is the king of all nature. No, that's true. What about aliens? I'm gonna say no. Do you find that you spend more money on weapons than on armor? I'm more of an offensive type of person when it comes to fighting, but they would die in the sunlight. Flora and fauna in deep water caves, yeah. Well, you spend more money on weapons than on armor. Well, I'm thinking boss fights now. No, usually the answer is no, because if you have a good armor set, you can usually find ways to get around whatever damage you need to do. No. Upon seeing a troubled soul, is your first urge to go to their aid? Yes. Do you often find your head so full of thoughts that you are unable to sleep? Not really. I'm usually out like a light. Nothing really keeps me up at night. No. If you find yourself with nothing to do, does lack of activity swiftly drive you to distraction? Yes. Do you enjoy physical pursuits? Is there a maybe option here? Is there it depends? Do you enjoy physical pursuits? I suppose. I don't mind working out. My first reaction is to not save people unless the other persons are a-holes. I guess I would say yes. Can even the most minor of matters irritate you? Absolutely. When inspiration strikes, are you likely to spring into action straight away? Yes. Do you have the self-belief to trust that you are in the right no matter what may come? No. Once you begin a task, do you find that all else around you pales into significance? Usually, yes. When dining, do you leave the most delicious item on your plate to last? No. What is this? Why are there so many questions? You are walking and trip over a pebble. Is this more of a fault? Is this more your fault than that of the stone? What do you mean? How am I gonna blame the stone? It's a rock. I legit spent all afternoon yesterday drawing shit simply because I got an idea. Yeah, that's me. How am I gonna blame a rock though? Pebble shouldn't be there. But what? How? It's a rock. It can't move. Is this more your fault than that of the rock? Is this more your fault than that of the stone? Yes, I should watch where I'm going. Interesting. Very interesting. I feel I know you a little better. Now let's move on to the final test of your character. Ah! Hello? Oh, hello. Where am I? Hello? Suddenly, Soupa Epico hears a woman's voice. Soon the jewel will be mine. Those fools across the border will have kept it quite long enough. And it will suit me so much better. She's gonna steal something, man. Hello. How are you? What are you doing here, soldier? Do you not know our blood is in grave danger, does you? Yes, those horrible rascals from across the border are planning on invading. But our wise king knows this and is preparing a daring and clever preemptive strike. Our troops will be mobilized soon. You too must play your part, brave soldier. I don't... Just kick down the door and walk in. Yeah, that's what I just did. Where am I going? See, I just want the whole industry to know that you can have graphics like this and it's still pretty. Look, there's nothing special about these graphics. Look, it looks like it was made in an engine from maybe the late 2000s. It looks great. I like it. Not everything needs to be 10 billion polygons. It's not like it's her bedroom or anything. Yeah, I was able to walk in, so I walked in. The door wasn't locked. Now, if the door was locked, that'd be different. Listen, men, those dastardly criminals from across the border are ready to assault. But thanks to my dear wife, we've been lucky enough to learn their wicked plan ahead of time. What do you mean? She's just doing this to get the stupid jewel. This cannot be allowed to invade our beloved motherland, therefore we must strike first. Is it not so, General Hannibal? Yes, your majesty. If this information is correct, it will indeed be our best interest to strike first. You need not worry about that on score, Hannibal. What could my dear wife hope to gain from lying? She has no conceivable motive for deceiving us, or do you believe otherwise? No! Very well, go forth for the honor of our beloved realm. No! Don't go! King being fooled by a bosom... Yeah. Stop! Man! You're gonna die for nothing. King, you gotta call off the invasion, man. I do not recall your face. Is something you wish to say to me? Yes. You are no soldier? Then leave this place. You have no business here. No. I want to say something to you. Not the first time, not the last time, no. Hello? What am I ready to do? Who are you and what are you doing here? What am I saying? This is no time for suspicion. Listen, I must ask you something. Something purely hypothetical, with no basis in fact. Let us suppose a certain king had given certain orders, and those orders happen to be misguided. They are still the orders of a king. Must they be obeyed no matter what? Correct? No. I see. So you think even the orders of a king if mistaken need not be followed? Yes! Someone could get hurt. I suppose that even one's idea of what is correct and what is mistaken is entirely personal. So is it better to do what I see fit than to blindly follow the orders of the king? Yes. This is what you do truly. You're the chancellor. You were given that position to be able to make decision. I know what to do. I must leave. What? That was the test? I am she you watched overall, and I have seen what manner of person you are. You are truly gifted. Few are as clever as you. You are an incredibly quick thinker whose mind moves from one subject to the next with ease. It makes you a gifted conversationalist and the life and soul of any party. Now you're just making me blush. Which in turn leads to a slight tendency to try to be all things to all men. Now you're just making me fucking depressed. Not that it is necessarily a bad thing. After all, it is only natural to want to be liked. It cannot be denied that you make people happy. I really needed to hear that, man. Alright, I won't cry. Family God hitting on you. No, your will to endear yourself is not your true failing. Your true failing lies in your keen awareness of your own intelligence and your habit of seeing others as lacking in this respect. I shouldn't have answered these as honestly as I did. There simmers within you the tendency to belittle or mock people for what you see as their shortcomings. Cut the stream. Cut the stream right now. Turn it off! Turn it all off! I answered honestly, so... When someone makes a careless blunder, you inevitably manage to stop yourself. It's just saying something, yeah. But deep within your heart of hearts, you secretly pity their clumsiness. Of course, your silent disdain rarely surfaces. This is because you are clever enough to realize its potential to wound and to sadden. And because of this, you believe it does not affect your relationships with others. And on the surface, this would seem to be entirely true. However, the people around you do notice. Uh-oh. I'm fired, aren't I? They notice your tendency to wield your intellect as a weapon, your calculated behavior. But they would never tell you this, because they are clever enough to realize its potential to wound and to sadden. Yes, it is true, they are as intelligent as you in that respect, almost everyone is. So perhaps you should learn to treat them with a little more respect. If you do not, your witticisms may come to grate rather than ingratitude. That is your spirit, your soul, the essence of your character. Now, my child, soon the very dawn will break, and you will rise to meet the new day. I am she who watches over all, and I look forward to the time when you and I come face to face at last.